Um, this is going to be a brief Zodiac update. Something that happened to me or has been happening to me since a little bit before the solstice, which is something that I'm noticing about Earth elements signs. When we go into an Earth element signs, it is a period of strong Earth cleansing. I don't know if anybody else is aware of this, but it's something that I've been made aware of recently. And I want to say that it's been a lot of releasing of certain gases, but it's also been a period of moving a lot of earth. And in moving the earth that I've been moving, I've been letting go of a lot of old spiritual energy and a lot of bad soil and a 111 and all the bad soil that I've been holding on to. I've been able to put more fresh soil in and more enriched soil that will help the seeds that I'm planting in this season grow to blossom and flourish in the spring, but maybe even a little bit before the spring. But that's something I've noticed about earth element signs. You tend to experience almost like a birthing period, and because I experienced this exact same thing in Virgo, because in Virgo, where I was kind of like feeling like a natural detox on top of the detox that I was doing, and I was releasing a lot more, and I was able to uncover two. I was able to uncover a lot more information, and I felt more. I want to say intelligent, but I want to, but to say it a little bit better is I want to say I was able to experience more light and able to shine more light in Virgo than I was even in Leo. And I also find it interesting that this is following another sun sign, which is Sagittarius. And in Sagittarius, like I experienced a lot of great things, a lot of great things. And even leading into Capricorn, which is the sign that we're in now, even leading into Capricorn, I was still experiencing a lot of great things. Like even up until today, I want to say today was a good day, but even leading into today, like everything that's happened to me this week has been great and weird. Not weird. I don't want to use that language. Has been great and magical 333 in a way that I don't really know how to explain, but I would say that that is connected to the zodiac. And one of the things that I wanted to share was the fact that Saturn left it left Capricorn and it went into Aquarius, but also it was conjunct with Jupiter. And the person that's making my staff, his name is his last name or a name that he uses is Jupiter as well, and he's a Sagittarius. I don't want to use his whole name, but that's a part of his name, Jupiter. And I spoke with him on the solstice. I spoke with him the day after the solstice, and then I want to say the day after that as well. But what's the day? The 25th. So I didn't speak with him. If I spoke to him yesterday, I didn't speak with him for a long time. But I spoke with him on the 23rd, And I was having kind of like a weird day because I was supposed to go somewhere, but I ended up not being able to go because they were having an event in the place that I wanted to go to. Because I wanted to go and like do my like dream book, which is a book where, well, my reality book, because we don't call it a dream book, where we it's like kind of like a vision board where you have like your spiritual goals, you have your financial goals, you have your relationship goals, you have your affirmations, you have your gratitude, you have, or whatever positive quotes that you can come up with. You have all that stuff. And I was supposed to be going to do that, but I wasn't able to do it because they were having an event in that space. And I couldn't really think of another place to go. So what ended up happening was I went by this this spot. I went by and I don't know if I don't know if I looked in her direction or if she just spoke to me. I think she just spoke to me because of the shirt I had on. I had on like a shirt that had kind of like patches, and she was talking to me about her patches, and then she made a joke with me, and we kind of laughed it off. And then I headed to the spot that I was supposed to be going to, and found out that they weren't open. So I walked back, and then I don't know if she stopped me again. No, she didn't stop me again when I walked past the second time, but the third time because I went to go to one of my favorite spots, which is Wadada, because they have the best smoothies and they have such a wide selection of different things that you can put in smoothies, and I got a smoothie made by one of my favorite smoothie makers, Joy. And it was a smoothie that she came up with, and it was a combination of things that I would have never put together because one, I'm not her, but it's because it's something that I don't eat on a regular basis. But that's beside the point. The point of this is that the smoothie that she put together, first of all, the total including the tip came up to be 1010. Right. And then the smoothie that she made was very earthy. Just me. But after I tasted it, that's the first thing I thought of. Like I wasn't thinking about the Zodiac or anything like that. But that's the response that I gave her, that it was very earthy, and I liked it. Like she wanted to make it. She asked me if I wanted to make it sweeter. I was like, no, because it was perfect. It tastes exactly how I wanted it to taste, regardless of me not knowing, what ingredients were supposed to go in it. It tastes exactly how I wanted it to taste. And I thanked her, and I started walking. Well, I walked out the door, but I stood there for a minute because I didn't know where I was going because I couldn't go to the spot that I wanted to. So I ended up walking back in the direction where I spoke to the lady. This is an older lady, by the way, and she stops me again, and we're having a conversation, and the more I'm talking to her, the more I'm realizing that she's an Aquarius. I think she has it on her books. Like she has a book that says that she's an Aquarius or Aquarian or something like that. And we're talking, and then she tells me her name, and I think it's Muja is how she pronounced it. If it's not, then I apologize because she may end up seeing this one day. But her name is Mama Muja, and we're talking, and she has like these cloths that she makes. She told me about this like in the beginning of us like finally actually having a real conversation. And we're talking for a while, and she's telling me all kinds of just like interesting things, and she's telling me about unity and community and all these kind of things, and how we're supposed to travel and we're supposed to come back and take everything that we learned from those travels and to bring it back to our communities to share it with our community. And it's just very interesting because um, we moved into Aquarius on some level, and I forgot just that quick. Um, we moved to Aquarius I want to say with Saturn, and it was just we moved into Aquarius with Saturn, and I want to say it had to be around the time. It had to be around the 23rd because it reflected to me. I remember it having to do with something with reflecting what was already going on in the Zodiac. And this is the this is what I want to come and say. Like, I'm very connected to the Zodiac because a lot of the things that are going on in the heavens reflects down in my life into the physical, and I'm able to experience what's happening on a cosmic level in the physical world. Like, I know what's going on in the zodiac or in the heavens or in the cosmos based on the energies that I interact with on the earthly plane. Like, everything that I experience is a reflection of what's going on in the heavens. And that's just something that I came to realize, like, during this period, during this period of time, like in the past couple of weeks, but especially in the past few days. And it really opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, I've been noticing that before, but I've never been in alignment like I am, like, in this past season, like um in these past few weeks. I want to say in this past month, like in this past moon, but I want to say in the past couple of months. Maybe a couple months, but I would definitely say in the past month. Like, I've never been in alignment like I've been in alignment now. And it's becoming more strong, like, as the days go on. And it's so appropriate that I'm getting a staff made, because to me the staff represents, the spine, like, being in alignment, like that energy coming up from the bottom to the top and the top to the bottom, like it just traveling and communicating as one, moving as one, not moving like, you know with one half doing one thing and the other half doing another. Like, it's in total alignment, and everything is moving in accordance with um, the other, like in total balance. Like, the top is balancing out with the bottom, the left balancing out with the right. Everything is perfect, perfect balance. Not perfect. It's in perfect balance, and it's not a it's not something that's technically effortless. It's something that happens intentionally. Like, you have to be intentional. You have to be active. You have to be active when you are balancing things out, and you have to be aware of the fact that you're balancing things out. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. It's something that you work at. It's something that you work for, and it's something that you appreciate, and you can appreciate if you actually put the work in to balance things out, and yeah, that's just where I'm at. And a lot of information has come through, like, especially today. Like, I have so much that I want to share just from the stuff that I kind of got today, like the information that I got today, like, just like sitting in my room, because I haven't done much today because I don't celebrate Christmas, and I don't have anything against Christmas. It's just I don't celebrate it because I don't have any reason to. But it's I don't have anything against it. I just don't celebrate it. But it's just so many things have come through today, and I think that comes from, like, just sitting still and just listening. But it's so much that came through. Like, I could record literally 5 more videos and not cover the same thing over and over again. It'll totally be different things. Of course, it'll be like, bits and pieces of things that I already know, because you build on what you know. but it won't be the same information. Like I can cover different topics and show you how they connect to other things, but it won't be the same thing. And the reason why, the reason why I brought her up, the reason why I brought her up is because her name is similar to I think it's Muja, the one Umuja, which means unity in I want to say it's Swahili, but it has to do with Kwanzaa, and that's what I'm going to be celebrating this year. I'm going to be celebrating that actually tomorrow, because there's a Kwanzaa celebration tomorrow that I am interested in going to, because I've never actually celebrated Kwanzaa. In fact, I've actually told one of my friends that it was a made up holiday, which it is, but it's not a bad thing that it's a made up holiday. And yeah, it represents unity. And yeah, I just thought it was interesting that her name was similar to that, because I ended up looking up Kwanzaa. Um, I want to say either yesterday, excuse me, either yesterday or the day before yesterday, because I got an email about it, and then somebody posted about it on IG. But yeah, but going back to the friend, I told the friend that it was a made up holiday, and I was really kind of like bashing it, but this was years ago. I ended up bashing it because of ignorance, because I didn't know too much about it, and I didn't I and not knowing anything about it, I had an ignorant response about it, and I wasn't allowing myself to understand what Kwanzaa was, and the significance and the importance of it. And tomorrow I want to experience what Kwanzaa is, and just be more connected with my community and my culture, because I didn't know how connected it was to even veganism. And it's gonna be an event that occurs in my neighborhood. Like it's literally gonna be in the community that I live in. Well, not necessarily live in, the neighborhood that I live in. When I say neighborhood, I mean like in the surrounding area. But yeah, it's gonna be in this neighborhood, so I won't even have to go too far, which is something that I can like appreciate, because it's something that I would feel more connected to, because I'll see people that I'm familiar with, and I'll see them which means I've seen them before this event, and I may even see them after this event, and I may even meet people that that I develop relationship after this event with, which is not which is something that is not uncommon. It's something that I've been doing a lot lately. Like I'll go to an event and I'll meet somebody, and we end up having great conversations and connections that go beyond the events, which is something that I'm very proud of myself for. Just giving myself gratitude for something. I've been building a lot of positive relationships, and they've been organic relationships, and they've been relationships that would have never existed prior to this year. And the reason why I say prior to this year is because I wasn't really putting myself out there in events that I felt connected to. I felt connected to. I was putting myself out there in events where I felt obligated to be in before, not ones that I felt welcome in, and ones that I actually appreciated being at. Like, other than maybe like a spoken word, even though going to spoken words, or rather open mics, I never really reached out to anybody. I never really connected with anybody. Like, I would appreciate the poems that they did, but I never really developed relationships or friendships with the people. And now it's totally different. Like, I'm a totally different person, and that's something that I really am thankful for, and I really appreciate. And yeah, I really want to say thank you for becoming a greater version of yourself. Thank you for putting yourself out there. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for connecting with other people. Thank you for allowing yourself to be open. Thank you for allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Thank you for allowing yourself to be a listener. Thank you for participating in your future, even though you live in the present. And with that being said, I love you, and I hope that you have a great day.